Hi everybody, Beverly Fox here, she, her, here to talk to you today about my absolute favorite thing in the history of the planet. Some of you have been lucky enough to meet him, some of you have not. This is Buddy. He is a toy poodle. He is 13 years old. At this point in time, he is blind, mostly deaf, decent amount of arthritis, doesn't get along terribly well on his own, and has a whole host of medical problems, which we'll get into in a second. But since this is a love story, I did want to talk a little bit about how our love story began. This is him, and he was just a little baby. I'll get you a little bit closer so that you can see that. So as you can see, he's always been a snuggle bug. He's always been very comfortable being held in my lap. He used to be a little bit darker in terms of his fur color. Now he's a bit lighter, but he's still very much a snuggle bug. I also have another picture I wanted to show you guys, which is him, if I can get it up, doing his very best to pretend to be a stuffed animal. It's kind of hard to tell the difference because he is kind of a teddy bear, but there he is pretending to be a stuffed animal. That's how unimaginably ridiculous, adorably my dog tends to live most of his life. I mentioned that he has a decent number of medical problems, which leads me to talk about how much I love him. He has microvascular dysplasia, which is liver disease. He has inflammatory bowel disease, which I discovered very much the hard way at the start of the pandemic when he was in the hospital for 3 full days, several of which were very touch and go. It was very unlikely that he was going to survive that particular hospital visit, and they had several conversations with me about what it might look like to not have him here anymore. Now 4 years later, he's still here, he's still snuggly, and he's still my favorite thing in the world. So I'm very happy that he has decided to stick around. My favorite thing that he does, I don't think that I could possibly pick just one, but I will say that my favorite thing to do myself personally nowadays is curl up under a blanket with a good movie and him. He just wants to be snuggled pretty much 24/7, and I just want to snuggle him pretty much 24/7, so it works out pretty well for us. And I think, honestly, every time that I take him to the doctor nowadays, he has to see the internist every 4 months or so, and it's another however many hundreds of dollars in blood tests and urine analysis and everything that they do to make sure that his little body is not giving out on him. But every time I take him in, the doctor's like, "So he's still kicking, huh? Okay." They're honestly kind of surprised because at this point in time, medical science doesn't really have a logical explanation as to why he's still here. But I think it's love. I mean, I think that he still wants to be with me. He still loves being held. He still loves being snuggled. I have to give him 5 different medications on a daily basis, and he deals with me, shoving things down his throat so that he can continue to stick around. And I have to assume that he wouldn't do that if he wasn't continuing to get something out of it. Somebody pointed out that if you were constantly being snuggled by the person that you love more than anybody else in the world, that probably wouldn't be a horrible deal for you. So I think I'm giving him a pretty good life. I'd like to think so at any rate. I think that loving him, and especially with all of his medical issues, has definitely made me a better person. Going through everything that I have gone through with him, knowing that at some point in time it is going to be the last snuggle, the last hug, has made me incredibly mindful and grateful for him for absolutely every single moment that I still have him, because I know that those moments are dwindling. There's only so much longer that he's going to be around, and I am trying to suck the marrow, if you will, out of every moment that I still have with him, because, as I said, he is my absolute favorite thing on the planet, and I feel incredibly grateful that he came into my life. I want for all of you to be as mindful as you can be of the love that you have in your life, especially if it is with a furry friend, since that is our topic for today. And thank you for letting me join you remotely. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye.